Oh. That's already rolling. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do shit, but I know I want to. Maybe if we talk about it, I'll find shit to do. I got a brain somewhere and you got one too. Da-ba-da-da, something to be fucking do.
Blue Man.
No, you had a guy that wanted to do something for it, but not a guy. It was a website you went to, and it was an animation people, and they were just like, "Well, we just animate this guy."
Yeah, they just do a blue felt
just
person.
the blue man.
Yeah, and that was like the local Stepcon trend.
That's good,
animated.
but it's not us.
Yeah, we're not blue.
we are this week.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
because we've got a blue line, haven't we? And I'm wearing a blue shirt, a smart shirt.
Yeah,
because it's laundry day. When I'm at my worst,
you are opposite man.
Yeah, to wear nice posh clothes when I don't want to.
I put a washing line up this week. Started hanging things on a washing line.
Right, how's that?
Interesting. It's good.
This is interesting.
Well, like, we've been using the same fucking, like, clothes horse since we moved in, and it's fallen apart, and it's pointless.
Like any marriage, you need to spice it up every now and then.
Yeah, what's the point in talking to you about it, I guess?
Yeah.
Just hang it on your dog.
I noticed today that my towels are now half dog. Like, I got out of the shower today, dried myself, and I was hairier than I started.
Right.
I just leave my clothes in all my stuff on the floor in the dog bed.
Right, yeah. It's fine.
Where I do, yeah.
As long as the scent's all good.
Yeah,
I suppose.
It's fine. Just furrier.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So washing lines, it was good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You do it again?
Yeah, great. I've rushed out twice to get it in from the rain.
Yeah, there's been some storms.
That's a real fear. That I didn't understand when I used to hang my clothes inside the house.
What, that wet is outside sometimes?
Yeah.
I had it nice because I was trying to get into... I finally healed up properly. And
just get that closer to you.
Yeah, let's move me, shall we? This is weird.
Don't move so far that you're out of focus.
Yeah. Okay. Oh god. All right. Yeah. Be fine. I'll shout louder. That was an issue we were talking about. I need to be quieter. Now I'll just be me.
This is to get rid of the echo.
Echo. It's gone. But yeah, I was listening to no music to try and catch up and focus on some loads of stuff. I've fallen behind because I've been sick and everything. And it started to really annoy me because it was so sunny outside. There was kids playing in the street. Like, oh, isn't this fun?
And he's back.
I feel so much better today. As of today, I'm back on track. I ran over a bird.
Oh, amazing.
I didn't know what to do. I was like, you can fly. Don't fly under the tyre of a
kind of bird
car. Robin or something?
Is it one of those ones that swoops out low?
Yeah.
Yeah, stupid thing.
It's like, here it comes. It's not there anymore. Didn't move. They're not very light, I'm assuming, if you can fly.
I've run over a few things, not on purpose.
Right.
Like, but I know...
Birds?
No. I've never hit a bird. I kind of hit a rabbit, but it kind of army rolled out the side from under the car. So like we ran into the road and I went over it and I looked in the mirror and it was just tumbling down the road. But I never like ran over it.
Yeah.
I think it just got swept up by the wind underneath the car and then got sent down the road.
Like when a plane lands and like if you stood behind the plane when it landed, the backdraft or whatever would catapult you. That was in some weird 90s films, I think. Like more than
Wayne's
one.
World.
No, that was just like they were just having a good time. But there was some that would like they'd do it for thrill seeking.
Oh really?
Yeah, and they just get blown away as the plane landed. I seem to remember it anyway.
Probably not.
But yeah, the death of that bird signified to me that my life's coming back together.
Yeah. Now I feel right.
Things are back to where they were, which is kind of good, kind of bad. So like, I think we've had like 2 weeks of I've been annihilated.
Yeah.
It's like 2 weeks ago, I was getting not more problems, but more side effects from the drug trial I'm on. And that resulted in me not eating anymore. And therefore my energy was just like... Bleh.
Yeah.
And then that resulted in me getting a horrible chest infection. So that was all bleh.
Brilliant.
And then, I hit that bird. So everything's it's come back together.
Yeah.
And and the other thing that happened was I got people visiting in a couple of days, and I need to clean my house. So I was like, right, I'm going to get a cleaner in. Can't find anywhere that's short notice, apart from emergency crime scene cleaners, right? And I was trying to, like, look, you can clean a house. If you can clean a murder, you can clean my house.
Wait, do they work for the person that's murdered the person? Or for the police?
For Mr. Wolf, or whatever, from Pulp Fiction. No, but like, so I rang him up and I was like, look, please, I need short notice because it's like only a couple of days. And it's like, please, can you do it? Like, only if there's been a crime. It's like, all right, well, what type of crime do you need me to do? If I commit like fraud, will you come round and do my dishes?
Yeah, just tax evasion. Is that all right?
Yeah, just please, anything. Do I have to murder somebody for you to come and clean my house? Is what I'm asking. And is that?
Because I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm not. I
killed a bird.
Yeah, I could scrape that bird off my car and throw it into my kitchen sink. Maybe is that CSI? I don't know how it works, but so I'm trying to get there's more surrealism starting to come back.
Yeah,
and I'm just way behind in a lot of my endeavors. So I just need to get out and do more stuff. No more clips this week. Just the same old stuff because it's only today that I'm starting to fix
life,
my brain body thing. And the other thing I've done is just fuck the no eating thing. I've just been like, I feel so much better in myself and so much more energetic when I'm full of sugar and diabetes. So I'm just like reintroducing it into my system to get alive again.
Right.
To at least get the momentum to go over that cliff.
How long does your trial last?
Another like 4 months.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Well,
you couldn't just not eat for 6 months.
Well, you can eat a little, but it's like, literally the most the most I would eat in a day is like a bowl of shreddies, and that's with me going swimming every day and walking the dog every day, doing all these energetic things, and it's just my energy just completely went.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But then like you think, your body's just going to be fine, isn't it? But
probably not. I
don't know. It's my whole brain. I've never had a problem dieting in my life, so there's not that. Oh, I'm gonna. If I want to take control of stuff, I do it. And I think that maybe, that plus the side effects of this drug were just like, don't do that. This isn't designed for people as productive, yet also unproductive as you. Productively, what's it called? Not annihilation, but procrastination. Not productively procrastinative.
Procrastinatory.
Yeah, so kind of different worlds collided, birds died, and I have to murder someone to clean my house.
Brilliant.
All fun and games. How are you?
Yeah, solid. Yeah, great. I've got an interview next week to be Tim Allen, so that'll be good.
Okay. Do a load of coke and go to prison.
I was thinking like Tool Time, but
you're going to be Tool Time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Which will be.
You need a bearded friend. Oh, he needs hair, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Why do they want you to be Tim Allen?
Yeah. Because I asked, can I be Tim Allen? And they were just like, we're not
amateur dramatic jazz
Are we
group.
looking for a Tim Allen? We could use a Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always good to have a Tim Allen.
Yeah, so I'll be a part-time Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Hopefully, as long as everything goes all right.
That's good.
Which will pay the bills.
Yeah, that's good. Moving on, because I'm just not gonna bite on that fishing hook, I don't think.
What do you mean?
All right, why? What does Tim Allen mean? What are you going to be a Tim Allen? What does that mean?
Tool Time.
Right, okay. Well, that was
trying
smooth.
To just be vague.
I want to be... Oh, yeah, because then you don't want people to know when you live. You're going to start talking to only the top 10th of your neighbour's head. Can you duck down a little bit? I don't want to see your mouth.
Yeah. Started meditation this week again.
Yeah.
For the God knows how many time. But I'm doing like Sam Harris's version, which is less and more. It's more like a science, which is interesting. It's less like this has been practiced for thousands of years, and the monks used it. No,
is that not? That's not science.
No, that's the traditional version.
Okay.
This is Sam Harris's version, which is
no one's been doing.
I'm an atheist. You need to think more. Like that.
Think less.
Well, concentrate on not thinking.
Yeah, which is less.
Yeah.
Well, it's going well.
Yeah.
I've been trying to think more. clear your brain. You finding it helpful? So you tried it a little bit before.
Yeah. It's one of those things that I've fallen and out of the habit of a couple of times a year.
Yeah.
But this is like a 50-day course, and the nice thing is, if you broke, you just send them an email, and they're just like, "Yeah, you can have it for free." So
Sam Harris.
Yeah. So I'm just on this like 50-day course of it now.
Right. Of meditation.
Yeah, of like teaching you how to do it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of it feels like relearning at this point, but I also feel like I kind of lost my focus with it somewhat, so it's helpful.
I don't know whether it's a compliment or not, but I think I've always been a natural at not thinking.
Like, who told you that?
Just
that's whether it's complimentary or not.
Yeah. No, I've just noticed it about myself, and like people are stressed about stuff. I just think about nothing. And it's kind of fine. Like, shouldn't you be worried? Like I think I was watching an interview with I think it was Bill Hader and Jimmy Kimmel, and they were retelling a story where their plane had to be landed because they didn't have any fuel.
Yeah.
And the pilot was just too wasted to remember to put it in. So like Bill Hader was freaking out, and Jimmy Kimmel was like, "It's fine." Yeah. I think in that situation, my brain would just be like, it's fine.
Yeah. I've got my therapy octopus, so I'm all good.
Yeah. But yeah, just not thinking. And then, I've always found that enjoyable, is just not thinking about anything. But just like that, I enjoy listening to the subconscious more than the conscious, I guess, is my way of saying it. But really, it's just me doing nothing and focusing on, letting images rise to your brain and watching it and learning something about it. The same way you kind of, when I would hear a song, there'd be something I'd connect to, but I didn't know what it was. So I'd always find that, trying to understand that, very interesting. To be like, why have I got that emotion? Then trying to chase your subconscious thoughts around it. Yeah, it's always been fun. Yeah, but yeah, meditation's good.
Yeah, no, it's been good.
Yeah, you used to meditate to sleep or something, didn't you?
I still do that. It wasn't strictly speaking meditation. Like, they didn't call it meditation, but once you have actually kind of done it, that's definitely what it is. Yeah. It's just a thing of like clearing your mind.
You ever get it when you were running? That's the new thing of running meditation.
I don't meditate when I'm running, but I appreciate that side of it. That's like, once you've kind of hit a certain number of miles, it's just like, this is all you can concentrate and think about. Yeah. But you get that with any exercise, I think.
Yeah, I used to call it my caveman state at uni, which is just like after, if I didn't go to the gym for a while, my brain would be, and then after the gym, you just get like, everything's fog. Yeah, everything's kind of clear.
Vix has got me onto having like cold showers. She like, so you have a warm shower in the morning, same as you normally would, and then for the last minute you just turn it ice cold, and it's like, it's great. Like, it clears the fog. Like,
I love I can't remember what they're called, but like ice pools that you would dunk in. Yeah, dunk pool.
Weirdly, that is more really good. Manageable than the shower.
Yeah, it's because you can just like move. Yeah. And it's like, it's warm over here, but it's cold right here. Yeah. Whereas in the plunge pool, is what they're called. Yeah, yeah. It's like, it's fucking cold. And then you stay and then you come back up. Yeah. I wanted to do, I wanted to look into cryotherapy because there's a place in Stoke.
Is there?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah, M Club in the big gym. Yeah. I think it's in there. Oh. So I looked it up ages ago, back when I accidentally went to that hand job massage parlour, and didn't do it out of politeness, but she was dehydrated. Whole story's somewhere else. Can't remember what episode it is. But yeah, I wanted to go into there, and they took like a week or two to get back to me. And I was like, it's too late now. But yeah, it's in cryotherapy in Stoke, so I've always been tempted to go because I love the cold. I love being cold. Like, it's very much my brain space. Yeah. Whereas if I'm hot, it's like, I would rather just be freezing cold right now. Yeah. Just temperates, I guess.
How do you feel about flotation tanks?
Yeah, I'd be interested.
I've been wanting to do one of those for fucking ages, and
you seem productive, Steve.
What?
I don't know. You seem more positive today.
Yeah,
the last couple of weeks has been like, but now like, I want to go freeze myself and float. It's good. It's encouraging-able.
Yeah. No, I've definitely been higher energy this week. Yeah. All that Tim Allen-ing.
Yeah. Flotation tank's always been something of interest.
I found like the nearest ones to us, and I think one of our mates, Woody, he's been a bunch of times, and he recommended
Cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of those run nearby. Yeah, it'd be cool to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting to try. House did it. He was fine.
Did he? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think
It's so long since I watched House.
He did it because he was in a bus crash and he needed to remember what happened before the bus crash. So he went into a flotation tank.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I know what episode that is now, and I still can't remember it.
Too much TV, I think.
Yeah.
So interesting week, productive week, and more productive stuff in the future. It'd be weird to podcast from inside a flotation tank.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm fast because it's body temperature water, which is the strange thing for me.
Yeah, well, you can...
Like, you touch it and you can't really feel...
You can simulate that.
By getting in the bath.
Well, like... well, I just mean, like, with a glass of water, you can just about...
Yeah.
Get your taps to a point where you can fill a glass and you can simulate
Budget
that with your fingers, with your hands.
Yeah.
And it is weird, like you can't feel it. And it makes you kind of realise that how much of your sensation is determined by temperature. Because that's literally the only thing that's changing.
Yeah.
Like you can't feel wet unless it's associated with temperature.
I guess, actually, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking. I spend so much time not thinking. When I try and think, I switch up a few gears and gaze off into the distance. Yeah, no, that seems to make sense because when it rains, you don't feel the wet as much as you feel the southern coldness.
I think that's the thing. I suppose
or the impact.
Impact, yeah. It's got to be associated with something. It can't just be as it is.
Yeah, and when you're swimming in a swimming pool, you don't feel wet.
No.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm.
So thoughts and funds. Cool. So on to some news stuff this week.
Yeah.
More audience participation. It's good. We're gaining momentum. Into we're having to do less research because people are doing it for us.
That's interesting.
But yeah, it's so straight. It's good to hear it from different. It's good to hear news from different sources that I don't really pay attention to. So like, I just use Facebook really, and just kind of scroll through stuff, and then like I see something funny, I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. But yeah, then some people send me videos of stuff like there was a TED talk recently that was claiming that time is racist. I mean, it's not. In any way, but technically you could say.
Why is this like abstract idea racist?
Well, it was the only thing I can think of. I'll put a link in the description. It was a woman called Brittany Cooper. It was on NPR, on an NPR website, and she's went into like a 10-minute talk about how time is a racist concept. And after a while, you just go, I don't understand anything you're saying. Yeah. And then she kind of basically says that, I wrote down a specific quote she said. She said that there are time and space clashes between protesters and police. And you go, there are clashes between protesters and police, which happens in time. So maybe... you're making sense, but you're not. Like it's stretching a little bit far. It felt like it was a clickbait title, but for an actual talk.
This is why I fucking hate critical theory. Like, if it takes you that much, not critical thinking, critical theory. If it takes you that much, like fucking word salad to explain why this outrageous idea is true, then it's obviously complete bollocks.
Well, time's a weird one. People get really... There's a load of weird theories about time.
It's weird. It's not racist.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think, the way I try to phrase it is... Like, Sharon Stone, she might be racist. I don't know. I don't really know who she is. I just know the name. Is she real, Sharon Stone?
Yes.
Yeah, is she an actress?
She's an actress from, like, the 90s, 80s, 90s.
Racist?
What's that one... those were legs.
Legs. The one with legs.
Cross the legs. White dress.
One. Yeah. In the interrogation prison. Basic Instincts. There you go.
Yeah.
Was that Sharon Stone? I haven't seen the film.
It's got the guy say yes, but for all I know, it's fucking Celine Dion.
Well, it had the guy from Jurassic Park in it, I think. I think he was in that film as well.
Third Rock from the Sun guy.
Yeah.
That was him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Same guy.
Yeah, Jurassic Park, Third Rock.
Shane Shane
McGowan. I don't know his name. All I remember is he was hilarious in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, he's in that film. So yeah. So Sharon Stone could be racist,
Okay.
but the idea of Sharon Stone
Yeah.
isn't racist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a person can perform racist acts.
Yes.
But the idea of somebody
It's like saying
isn't
It's like saying
racist.
maths is racist.
Genocide isn't racist unless you do it.
No.
Then you're a racist.
Yeah.
But genocide itself isn't racist.
It's an idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Ideas can't be racist.
Well, even genocide isn't necessarily racist because you could be like genociding
All right. Well, genocide isn't mean.
Americans.
Yeah.
They're not a race.
It's not a bad thing. Genocide isn't bad, but performing genocide is bad. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It was just that thing. But yeah, people got weird ideas about time. Well, not weird. Like, I've had people argue to me on multiple occasions that time doesn't exist. And you're like, well, I understand what you're trying to do, and you're trying to talk about something, but you're arguing on multiple different things, and they're all kind of getting confused. Just like this, I felt this Brittany Cooper was doing, was like, you're arguing that time's racist, but what you're actually saying is that racists are racist.
Yeah.
And I agree with that, but it's got nothing to do with time. It's like saying, like, time doesn't exist. You go, well, but yeah, because you can't touch it. Okay, you can't touch love. Does love exist? No. Okay, well, you can't touch, happiness. Is that all these abstract concepts? They exist within the fold of your interpretation of the world and how you do that. In my opinion,
Yeah.
Time exists because I agree that the interesting thing for me about time is every human being believes in a start and an end to time because we have a beginning and an end existence. So that's how everyone naturally defaults to, is that time must have begun at some point and it must end at some point.
Yeah.
Because that's our interpretation of the world.
Yeah.
Whereas it could not be the case. We just have no point of reference about it. So, yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
But that's like
interesting
ants have no concept of the world around them.
Yeah.
Like it's a similar thing. It's like we can't be expected. We can get a lot closer than non-sentient beings, but you can't be it can't be expected that we'll ever fully understand what the fuck else is going on around us.
And then it's just, well, what do you want to do with that information? Why are you arguing this point? It's interesting to debate it. It's interesting to talk about it.
Understand enough for you to make progress. That's really what you need to be worried about.
If you believe that time doesn't exist, what time do you wake up in the morning? Because technically you don't.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with this information going forward? And if you don't believe in time, then it's like, okay, well, obviously you do, because otherwise you wouldn't be here talking to me because you'd be late or early or something. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Another article was that a mother found out she's not actually the mother to her 3 children.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Despite being pregnant with all 3, giving birth to all 3. And then she said, so something called a chimera, which I thought that was, one, it's a Greek god, female lion thing, and it's a band, but it's also this woman. Yeah, I tried to understand it, but yeah, she literally, the courts were going to take the children away from her because every genetic test they did on her was like, you've got no DNA shared with these children. You've obviously abducted them. You've obviously stolen them, and you're trying to do something horrific with them.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, but she's a chimera, which I think, from my understanding of reading through it, is she's got 2. Say you've got 1 tennis ball of DNA.
Yeah.
Yep. She's got 2.
We measure DNA in tennis balls.
Yeah, better than a ping pong ball, worse than a volleyball. So you got tennis ball DNA, and that's your DNA.
Yeah.
There are the chimera has 2 tennis balls.
Yeah.
Usually from something like in the womb, absorbing a twin that didn't survive in the womb. So you've kind of got two tennis balls.
Yeah.
And then when they've had a baby, they've given one of those, shared one of those tennis balls with their baby. And when the genetic test has been done, it's been done from the other tennis ball. It's like, this DNA isn't shared with this DNA because it's a different thing.
So how do you test the other DNA?
You just couldn't.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah, as in there's some kind of muddiness. But yeah, it was like, you're 2 people in one, and they're one person, and therefore you're not related.
Right.
My brief understanding of it. But yeah, we've said before, we've had articles before about a woman going to bed with a headache and waking up with a baby.
Yeah.
Imagine waking up with no children. Just
And a letter from the court.
Yeah, being like, you've stolen
You're not
your
a
children.
mother.
Yeah.
I was.
And like the genital match to the father was 99%. She was 0%. Who was the other 1%? I don't know. Tim Allen. But just That's a weird way to fuck up your day.
Yeah.
I don't have to get you a Mother's Day gift anymore.
I guess. Yeah. Oh, just for one day. And then on Monday, they're like, actually, they are your kids. Just to save them buying gifts.
Oh, right, yeah. But no, this was went on for quite a while that she was fighting the courts.
Yeah, I imagine it'll take longer than a day to sort that
out. Are these your kids? Yeah. All right.
It takes me a day to do the washing.
Doing it on a line in a storm. Doesn't make much sense. Another user emailed article was about how the D word is going to be as bad as the N word. Which
is the D word?
Disabled.
All right.
Now, I find the N word hilarious. We've said how it's become that way because people don't want to summon a bear or something like that.
Yeah.
But the idea that there are some words that people just, that he who shall not be named or whatever, that changes that whole story. Just a bunch of racists. The evil villain is an African American man who's horrifically deformed, part snake. And they just don't want they're being PC about it. They don't want to offend him. Sorry, Harry Potter's racists. But yeah, the whole idea that it's culturally acceptable to say one thing but not another thing is always really funny to me. Just in some
it's all about
way.
With any word, it's just context.
Well, it's even but then after all that, you go, it's just words.
Yeah.
Just words. It's one of those. It's the gotcha thing people want to do. They want to be like, I know everything about you because you said something. You disagree. You voted Labour, so that means you're X, Y, Z. Yeah. You wore a red tie. You're blah blah blah. You work for a bank. You're this. You're that. And it's a really weird system. I'm more energetic to reply to your statement from last week. What's your problem with people going to the shops in their pajamas?
I don't know.
It's a problem. I've got a problem, but it's fine.
It's I think it's just an effort thing. I don't understand why you wouldn't make the effort to put on clothes.
But they're wearing clothes, just not clothes at the right time of day.
No, that's technically they're not. If they're
not wearing clothes,
they are. But if they slept naked, they wouldn't put on pajamas to go to the shop.
Really? You believe that?
Yeah, I believe you put on clothes because you're a respectable human being. You shouldn't be wearing pajamas at the shop.
Right. I wonder what that is. That's social perception, isn't it?
I think it's probably just an etiquette thing. It's not. I don't think there's no official ruling
yogurt
around it.
With a soup spoon.
Yogurt.
Yeah.
With a soup spoon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I've got a soup spoon.
Yet you openly admit to having soup.
Yeah.
You're scum, Steve.
You need
standard etiquette.
I haven't got a salad fork.
Do you have a knife for your butter?
Yeah. Spread a knife.
Yeah. Or one of those weird, a cheese knife. Go fuck yourself.
Someone bought us a cheese knife, but I haven't.
I bought you corn on the cob holders.
We've still got those.
Have you used them?
Not yet. No
etiquette in you.
To be fair, we haven't had corn on the cob.
Disgusting
in
people.
Over a year.
Why? Corn on the cob is great.
It's awesome.
So good you don't have it.
Yeah.
Especially when I invest a gift of love. We're not going to celebrate that. It was the most offensive thing I could think to buy you for a wedding present.
This is something people use, isn't it? This is pretty much what you said.
Yeah. This is wedding gift, isn't it? There you go. Have some corn on the cob, and they're in the shape of corn on the cobs to remind you you're eating corn on the cob. Twats.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, now I remember.
But yeah, everyone, I don't know what it is about the people being offended.
I'm offended by laziness. I think it just feels like laziness to me.
And do you believe yourself to be lazy?
At times, yeah. And it's recognizing that part of myself. Because if I truly had no shame and wasn't asked about other people thinking I was lazy, or about me myself thinking this is too much, you need to put some fucking clothes on, I'd go to the shop in my pajamas. I don't think it's an inappropriate thing. I don't think it's a thing of you're going to offend somebody. It's not like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's just it's self-respect. I think
it's self-respect.
To me, it's self-respect.
Yeah. therefore it's self-disrespect.
Me.
It's disrespectful to themselves.
Yeah.
To be wearing pajamas.
Yeah. Why would you
outside.
not want to show your best side?
Because maybe
amongst
they
the
don't care.
community.
Yeah. Maybe they don't care.
Yeah.
And like I said before, it's the intent that
but then it's
it confuses me, that defines it for me.
Yeah.
If they're doing it for positive attention, it's revolting to me. But if they're doing it because I don't give a fuck, I'm like, yeah, go for it. It's fine.
Yeah.
You can wear Mr. Blobby can swim in his costume, and I'm fine with that. You can wear whatever you want, doing whatever you want, unless you're doing it to be.
Mr. Blobby is
individual.
an anomaly.
Was he? What was he? An alien? What was he?
He was a weird pink and yellow spotty thing. I went to Blobby. Did you ever go to Blobbyland?
No.
No, it was down in Devon
I had
somewhere.
self-respect.
Well, in fairness, I was like 6.
You didn't have self-respect when you were 6.
No, but I enjoyed Mr. Blobby.
You probably wear pajamas, didn't you?
No,
Twat.
no, but I probably wore jelly shoes. Yeah, I went to Blobbyland when I was a kid, and a lot of people have been there. I've seen videos now, as a video that's fucking terrifying, of a guy exploring Blobbyland now that it's been abandoned.
Yeah. No, kid shows were weird. They probably still are.
It wasn't even a kid show. It was Noel's house party.
Yeah. Yeah, like what's that?
That's
music
where the gotcha
hall
came
kind
from.
of thing. The gotcha.
Yeah.
What was the gotcha?
You ever see the
Tammy gotcha.
It was a trophy. It was a fist with a little bloke in it, like he grabbed a small bloke, and it was just
like Jeremy Beadle. Kind
it was
of
like
thing.
it was just pranks, like that kind of thing, where you go and like make up this big scenario around a member of the public and freak them the fuck out, and then Noel would jump out and give him this
Mr.
fucking
Blobby
trophy.
would come around the corner.
Yeah.
I think he came to my year 2 disco.
Noel Edmonds.
Mr. Blobby.
Oh right.
Couldn't afford Noel then. Mr. Blobby turns up.
Yeah.
It's weird to give kids discos.
Yeah, no, I remember them as situations where all the boys would sit on this side of the room and all the girls would sit on that side of the room, and none of us would interact or talk to each other all night because we weren't at a point where we were courting yet, and girls were grim.
I was always. I had a girlfriend when I was quite young, in primary school and stuff. But it was just a girl that I was friends with.
Yeah.
So when I was at discos, I thought it was really cool that I was asthmatic. So I would overdose on inhalers, which doesn't have like an immediate negative effect. I mean, it's steroids, right? So it's probably resulted in all my things. But like, I'd look at the clock and it would be like one of those things where I'd like, if there was a camera filming me right now, I'd be looking at the clock, oh, time for asthma. And I'd do it like all night.
Yeah.
And then, that was my life. That's what I did.
I used to like
the choices I made.
I used to like school discos because it was the only place when I was a kid where you could get Worcester sauce Walker's crisps. They didn't have them in the shop yet.
Okay.
It was the Walker's crisps in a purple bag. They're great.
Fair enough. I remember there was my mate in school who got stung by a bee, so he wasn't going to the disco. And I remember that was the first time I thought, what a cunt. I was like year 1. I was like, cunt. You're stung by a bee. I'm going to take 2 asthma pumps. It's going to be a wild night. It's going to be great. But yeah, school. There was these other weird after-school projects, which like come and watch Flipper or Free Willy, and it was just like
project.
Just after school, like 7 p.m.
This is difficult. All right, you watch this bit.
He's going to die, isn't he? Yeah. And yeah, just play cards or something.
Isis. That was Free Willy.
What? Okay.
It's the weird Indian guy.
Who was always in 90s and 80s.
Yeah.
Crying at litter or whatever.
Yeah, that guy. And it was something to do with some spiritual prayer for the whales. I can't remember what it was. And then the I always remember stupid shit like that, and the tune he played on the harmonica as well. The
only thing I remember is the Gremlins song. That always pops into my head from time to time.
Oh, yeah. yeah.
He's just like, he's just a
I haven't
sad
seen
little corner.
Gremlins enough for that to get glued into my head, but there was a point with Free
like
Willy.
always on
For
television.
some reason, we didn't have a lot of videos when I was a kid. We couldn't really afford it. So when we bought one, we watched it to death, and Free Willy was one of them. And there was a point when I would wake up every morning, probably for about 2 months, and watch Free Willy.
Yeah, I used to do that with stuff. Like, I'd watch the same film every morning.
Yeah.
I think it was Songs of the South, which is that incredibly
Yeah,
racist
yeah.
Disney film that got pulled.
This explains so much.
But it was great. It was pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
as a film, like the cartoons in it were great. And
Yeah.
it was like, it was just fun to watch. But yeah, it was very, very racist.
Mm.
So the D word's bad. Disabled people.
Yeah.
So I think I never understood. I don't know whether it's because I'm. Personally, for me, I think it's a litmus test for most people. And I think for me, I've experienced a fair amount of really horrific shit. Where it's like, now you can call me a name and I won't care.
Yeah.
Whereas I think there are some things that are really... I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know how much to say about it. But I'll put myself in a lot of dangerous situations. Because I'm confident in my own ability to panic out of anything. And what I mean... I think that in my brain, I could kill someone with a thought. No. But no... Like, if I get my brain to a certain frame of mind, I think I'd be very difficult to handle.
Yeah.
Just because of size and confidence.
Yeah.
As in, not even like I can fight. It's like, no, if I just run you into a wall and you don't expect it, and I've got my brain in that mindset, then I think I could do some damage and escape. But I've got family members, other people. Like my brother's talking to me at the moment about he's abroad in Russia. And he wants to, there's like some events that are being hosted that he wants to go to. And it's like, mate, if you go to that, it's dangerous. And you're in Russia.
Yeah.
I haven't got a passport right now. I can't come and get you. No one can come and get you.
Yeah.
But if I were you, if I was in your shoes, I would do it.
Yeah.
But you need to do all these kind of, you need to be prepared. You need to have a point of escape. You need to have all these kind of things. And it's like not even anything that's crazy. If it was over in the UK, it'd be fine. But Russian culture is so different. You go like, if anything goes wrong, it's a sticky situation. So like I can, for myself, I'm not offended or concerned about my own well-being in any way. But there's still a human soul in there somewhere that wants other people not to experience that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But words, I don't know. You could say something that could really cut... I think everyone's got something you could say that could cut someone down. And that someone doesn't want to talk about it or is vulnerable about or insecure about. But, I mean, just one magic word that's going to destroy everybody?
Yeah, I think if a word truly does affect you that deeply, and this isn't... I'm not saying that, like... Fine, I understand that some words are offensive to different cultures and different people or anything like that, and you might feel that people shouldn't say them, but if a word truly does cut you and break you down, you're weak.
Well, I've had as how you react to that situation as well, because the only thing that I can think of to myself is if somebody calls me by my full name. Somebody calls me Nicholas.
Like you've been parented.
Yeah, I'm just like, don't call me Nicholas.
Yeah.
Like, my name's Nick, call me Nick. If you call me Nicholas again, something's going to happen. But the reaction to that, you're like, if you're going to insist on calling me Nicholas because you're trying to insult me, I'll start calling you something to balance out that energy. So if you're going to, if I'm going to have that, catch that, I'll be like, all right, and then I'm going to call you XYZ. Yeah. And you go, it's how you deal with that situation. Yeah. And I think... unfortunately, I think other people struggle with that a lot harder because of things that are probably outside of their control, where they can't give it back to somebody, or they can't return it, or absolve it, or deal with it in the same way.
To be fair, some people are just like off. Like I had, I remember when I was at uni, I was we were like pre-drinking in a mate's flat before we went out. And they were all playing this. What the fuck was it? There's a game with cards where you...
Oh, the horse race thing?
You pull a card and it means a different thing, and you have to drink X, Y, Z, or do this stupid thing.
Crazy.
And there was a girl... and there was a thing that was like, tell us something that we don't know about you, or some shit like that. And I didn't know most of the people in the room, so I was just like, I'm in a band. And this girl didn't believe me. I was just like,
no, you're not.
Yeah, and I didn't lay into her. I was just like, well, I am. I can prove it to you. And she started crying. Like she couldn't, like, the idea of just being challenged about anything.
Yeah,
like it's just like, okay, yeah, you don't want to believe XYZ for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah.
And now I'm the only person in the room who's willing to break your reality for some reason. Like,
you're not in a band? Yes, I am.
Yeah, it was really strange, and she ran out of the room. It's like, this is odd.
Well, it's not even a judgment thing on that point. You just go like, well, that person obviously has some things to deal with.
Yeah.
And they can't control themselves in that situation. And there's definitely... no judgment.
Weak.
I don't judge you. Steve judges you.
Weak.
But like, it's also I know I've got demons. I'm an angry gorilla demon at heart, deep down, not that deep, and I can
Shallower
tell,
and shallower every day.
I can tell when the demons are talking.
Yeah,
I can hear it when that's coming out of me. I think a lot of people have probably got the same thing.
Yeah.
They know when they're being a dick. They just lean into the skid and it just kind of comes across, and maybe they won't remember it later, but everyone's a dick from time to time. So when I can hear it, my brain, I've got a thing of management where I go like, right, I'm being a dick right now. I'll say this to the person. I'm being a dick. I'm sorry. Let's just take a break, come back to it, and I'll come back afresh. But right now it's unproductive to talk to me. Yeah. Because I'm just emotional. Deep down, gorillas screaming. I'll be back in a minute, and I think some people don't have that level of control, and that's not even a lot of control.
No, it's a self-recognition thing. I've had that since I started meditating, not this week, but like prior.
Yeah.
Like it's just self-recognition, I guess, and it's like an extra filter that you develop to put your thoughts through before they come out of your mouth.
What? Human behavior is always really fascinating to me. I mean, something that people do is they repeat echoes of their childhood to people. So, like, if your parents yelled at you for something, I have found myself yelling at others in the same words, in the same tone, with how I was yelled at for doing something. Whether it's like you really need to, you need to clean your room. It'd be in the same tone, and I'd hear it, and the person was reacting how I was reacting, and it's like, this is a weird train to continue. Yeah. Just be like, I'm just sorry, mate, I'm being a dick. I'm a human being. Yeah. I'm just being a dick, so let's kind of put that aside. But people are so terrified of not being perfect. That, like, it's like, it's just accept that some things are out of your control. I mean, if you disagree with hunting, I think I saw Russell Brand did a Joe Rogan podcast recently where he's like, I don't get hunting, but if you like hunting, I've only gotten about halfway through that. But I just watched that one clip, and you go like, because if he had taken a stance on hunting is bad, the problem with taking a stance on something is it's infinitely impossible. Yeah. Like, if you disagree with hunting, you go like, well, all right, well, do you wear shoes? Well, rubber's in shoes, and rubbers comes from farming, which reduces cattle movement. How far do you want to take this? Yeah. Everything's connected in some way. You can always be wrong. So why do you want to say that I'm a vegan because of this? You're like, okay, well, then why do you kill insects? I don't. Well, you do because butterfly effect and all this kind of stuff. And the only reason they're sticking to something so passionately, if they are, is because they want to maintain that image of imperfection or something like that. It's like, it's impossible to achieve. You have to accept yourself as a human being, accept that you're flawed and that your ideas are flawed, and just accept that the world is flawed and go on living your life instead of preaching to other people because what you know is gospel and the truth and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I think it's if you are disabled people, I don't know, we got there from somewhere. Yeah. But the D word is going to be as bad as the N word. And I don't understand why people don't want to remove the stigma of any word.
I don't believe in any of this changing word shit. The fact that you have to keep doing it proves that it doesn't work.
Yeah, what do they call it? The treadmill, the offensive treadmill. I think Doug Stanhope went into it. Yeah. Because wasn't it like the term moron was a medical definition of an illness? And then moron became the word to insult somebody for being stupid. Yeah. And then that became offensive, so they came up with a new word, and that word became the word. And then it just kept on switching because it's just the lexicon, how it's going to work. So I don't understand more stigma. Don't get it. Yeah. Just chill the fuck out. It's all fine. Weak. And the last article sent in by somebody, by a fan, is a foreign criminal was allowed to stay in the UK after a judge ruled his involvement in a gang shows that he's integrated into British society. Well, he's part of a gang.
Yeah, like it's a leapfrog of logic.
Yeah, it didn't last long.
No,
like it went through the first process of courts, where the first judge was like, "Yeah, he's in a gang, he's English," and then he got passed up to the next court, and the next court went, "No." Yeah, the likely association of the appellant with this North London gang is a good example of his integration into one of the less savoury aspects of UK life, says Judge Ruth Evan. They ruled that a Turkish criminal should be allowed to stay in the UK. Tolga Binbuga, 29, came to the UK when he was 9, and although the rest of his family were granted citizenship in 2010, he didn't apply. He was convicted of robbery, assault and burglary. And, he should be allowed to remain in Britain because he could be regarded as a homegrown criminal. He's homegrown. It's all fine. The judge said that he erred in law. So I think he said, "I think I made a mistake."
Yeah.
And they went on to the next person. They said no.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's societal integration.
I've completely fucked this up. You deal with this.
Yeah. What was the name of the gang? The name of the gang was something funny. It was something like the Get Money Gang. We're the Get Money Gang. Yeah, fair enough. It's one way to get your passport, your citizenship.
Yeah.
Robbery and murder.
Member of any gangs. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Put that on your application.
Come in!
Yeah.
Cool. On to Nick's news, which is, a little bit different.
Dark.
A little bit. A woman was killed Tuesday after she fell into a meat grinder.
Yeah.
She just fell into a meat grinder. Not as funny as tragedy, right? But I just had to say that so that I'm covered.
Yeah.
It's not as funny as the guy who passed out in a bin and got recycled.
No, that's classic.
That's perfect. That's a nicer sauce. Yeah, ages ago, this guy passed out, climbed into a dumpster.
Yeah.
That dumpster went to a recycling plant, and he was cubed. Yeah. It was like New Year's Eve or something, or New Year's Day, and he was out partying too much. But yeah, this one fell into a meat grinder. She tragically either fell or was drawn into the machine.
Trust in me.
Fucking snakes. Bloody N words. Yeah, a fellow employee discovered Greninger had fallen into the machine. The employee was prompted to check on the grinder after hearing strange noises coming from it. Ow, 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 ow. Bones, I guess. Oh. But it's a meat grinder. You'd expect there to be noises of grinding meat.
Yeah.
Bones, or maybe there's no bones in a meat grinder. Or maybe it was screams.
Oh.
Yeah, not a great way to go. Better than, or was it 6 feet under, a guy fell into a bread machine.
Oh.
And was like kneaded into bits. Yeah. Fire responders worked for more than 2 hours to disassemble the meat grinder and recover the remains. A woman who answered the phone at Economy Locker Storage Company, we also do meat grinders, said she was not authorised to comment on the incident and her bosses were unavailable. I'm not allowed to talk about it. Where's your bosses? I don't know.
Spain.
Yeah. There was something that I seem to have cut out about it, but paramedics did arrive and try and help. But she was in lots of pieces.
Clear?
Yeah. What do you? What do you want them to do? Like, there's a duty. They're there to help people. They want to help. They can't.
Yeah.
Let them be. I guess
We've revived your mother. That's a cow. I assure you it's your mother.
It's half bovine, half mother. Yeah. Your DNA might not match, but you'll be fine.
Your mother was a chimera. This is your mother.
This is what a chimera looks like. Kill me. Chimeras are fine. In other news, a 75-year-old man has been killed after he was attacked by a large flightless bird that he owned. So he's killed by like an emu. His wife told the newspaper he was doing what he loved. Oh, he loved getting killed by a massive bird.
People always say that. It's so weird.
Doing what he loved.
died doing what he loved. He didn't.
Yeah,
No, he died
to death.
dying. He didn't love dying.
Yeah, it's a great thing to say, though. I think that thinking back on it, you should say that about everyone.
He died doing what he loved.
It doesn't matter what happened.
Yeah.
Again, he died being Tim Allen. I don't understand.
Sinking on a ferry.
Yeah, he owned this bird called a cassowary, and he fell on the floor, and the bird just killed him.
Cassowaries are fucking brutal.
They're
Fucking
like emus.
brutal. It's those Australian birds that are like raptors. They've got like they've got the fucking claws and a blue head. And they're like, as far as I was aware, they can't be tamed. They are just fucking violent.
They will just kill you.
But like, every video you find of a cassowary, it's fucking evil, and like it just chases you around the fence, like it just fucking follows you like a raptor.
Yeah. Well, they can weigh more than 45 kilos.
Yeah,
they're
they're
half a person.
Like they're biggish birds, but they got claws like velociraptors, and they're fucking like just. Pure evil in a bird.
Well, the Wildlife Conservation Commission considers them a Class 2 species. What does that mean?
Yeah.
It means don't fuck with them. You need a permit to own them.
Yeah.
And yeah, police say that the bird involved in the incident remains at the property. He's not leaving. Yeah, I killed him. Does the glove fit? You must have quit.
There's a cassowary fact.
Okay.
That was missing. That didn't make scum this week, actually.
Okay.
Because it's not funny.
Killed loads of people.
But apparently the cassowary meat is so tough that they say when you're boiling it, put a rock in the pot, and when the rock's ready to eat, so's the bird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smart asses, basically.
Smart asses. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have included it either.
No, it's terrible. That's why I left it out. But I'm glad In other news...
this has been around for a while. Well, actually, let's skip to this one. I saw this today. Mariam Al-Sohal, an academic, had a few interesting things to say. This is me writing this. During a discussion on Scope TV, a broadcaster based in Kuwait City. So she's a scientist. This is what she said. As well as the fourth gender, which is butch lesbians. This is all science. So there's nothing to... It's a direct quote. This is all science. So there's nothing to be ashamed of. The sexual urge regarding sexuality develops... regarding homosexuality develops when a person is sexually attacked. And afterwards, it persists because there is an anal worm that feeds on semen. It feeds on sperm. So what I did was to produce suppositories which are to be used by certain people at a certain time. It cures those urges by exterminating the worm that feeds on sperm.
And it's this big.
Oh, is it?
No.
Right. Later in that video, she shows other guests and hosts of the show samples of the suppositories that she has made, claiming that the pills have the exact same ingredients, but they're just different colours. Oh, you can match your suppository to your mood.
Mood suppositories.
She also adds that certain types of food can make men more masculine and build up muscle mass.
Protein.
Any food that is buried underground provides men with stability.
Graves.
Bury all your...
Zombies are masculine.
Yeah, well, they're not feminine. No. Maybe they're the fourth gender, butch lesbian. Bitter foods increase masculinity. I mean, just...
broccoli.
It's obviously
is that bitter?
just nonsense.
Cabbage.
I don't know. What is... Oh, we've gone through this, haven't we?
Bitter.
Lemons are sweet, apparently. But you said.
Are they? No, I didn't. I said they had sugar in them.
With sugar.
Yeah, and I was
sugar.
They have a gram of sugar in them. I was wrong. I've already redacted that. I'm not redacting it twice. Double reduction.
Yeah,
multi-reduction.
Monster kill. Grapefruit's bitter, or is it sour? What's the difference between sour and bitter, Umami?
See, I think sour is lemons, but you get bitter lemon, don't you? That's like a drink.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Coffee's bitter.
Yeah.
I know that much.
Yeah, but coffee, you wouldn't say coffee's sour, because when you say sour, you think of like a lemon. So I guess grapefruit's sour.
I'd say milk. Yeah, sour milk is sour. It's a fact.
Given. Yeah, it's science. Butch lesbian, sour milk.
Yeah, I think the third gender was feminine gay men, I think was the third one, she said.
Okay.
But just the amount of nonsense it's different cultures as well. It's just like, it's such a different world out in other places. You go, this is strange.
Yeah. Plus, I imagined. Where was she from? Was she Saudi?
Kuwait.
Kuwait.
Which is Iran, I think.
Oh, right. Yeah, so she's from kind of like around the culture that still isn't very accepting of homosexuality.
Yeah, it said something about
so they're
her
still
religion.
like looking for the cure.
Yeah,
like
it said something about her religion supporting her science in some way.
Yeah,
and it's just like, oh, it's strange.
So religion and science are in no way connected.
Yeah, and I guess again, it's just that whole constant 100% belief in something. I go like, why do you believe in yourself so much? Stop it.
Yeah,
just accept that the world's a flawed place and you're flawed and just move on. They can't accept it. It's like OCD of like, there's no OCD, but it's the world has to be a certain way. All the ketchup bottles have to be in a triangle. It's like, what if they're not? Well, it has to be. And it's an irrational concern for that. I think people have it about their own image as well.
Yeah,
they won't go, self-respect and pajamas and shot.
Yeah,
I'm not the model here. I'm not anything to be based on. I just enjoy mocking you.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, I've done some pretty horrific things in my. I mean, I come here wearing shoes half the time.
Slippers.
Yeah, or
usually.
No shoes.
No shoes.
Yeah, I go to the shops without shoes on.
But wait,
I went to the cinema with no shoes on.
I think it's. Yeah, that's true. I think it's just an odd thing to impose on people to impose on people that you don't know. Like with you, I've come to fully expect anything, and it doesn't. And I don't. Yeah. I don't see it as a matter of like lack of self-respect or anything like that. So I guess it's when you're removed from the person or from the situation, that seems to be my instant reaction to it. But then with you, once I know the situation, it's like no, it's just Nick. It's not. It's not a self-respect thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
And lastly, this one's been on my notes for a while, so I just want to get rid of it. It's all right. Yeah. On one April evening in 1986, Bill Hine was sitting on the steps opposite his newly purchased terrace house in Oxford, drinking a glass of wine, when he turned to his friend and asked, "Can you do anything to liven it up?" Regarding to his house. Yeah. So his friend built a massive shark. Massive shark. Like, as if it had fallen from the sky into his roof. And just put it there.
Like, on the outside of the house or through the roof?
Outside of the house. So there's people walking by, there's a shark on that house.
Why not?
Yeah, looking as though it had just crashed into the house from the sky, the fiberglass fish, which became known as the Headington Shark after the suburb of Oxford it is in, and it started to become a battle with the council. Yeah. The council didn't want you to have a shark in your room.
We have this with a bear as well?
Yeah, there was. Was it Canada or America? There was a statue of a bear.
I thought it was Wales.
Crashes. Yeah, it might have been Wales.
It was saying like remove the bear, or it was endangering drivers.
Yeah, because people were seeing it and crashing. But yeah, so there's a genuine concern. I can understand the concern why the council would get involved.
Yeah,
because it's a massive. I mean, I'll try and. It's 25 feet tall. It's pretty like the size of like 4 people. Or more than that. So there's a pretty big shark in that roof. So I imagine the council would validly get involved and be like, well, what if there's a hurricane? What if it's strong winds? Is it going to damage your house? Is it going to fall on people? Yeah. There's valid reasons. It's not
secured, but then it's going to be about as heavy as your shed. Are you worried about your shed?
Yeah. Well, it's like a chimney. It's just another chimney, but this one's a shark. So I can understand why they get into it. A local journalist and businessman who died last week. I don't know where that fits into the article, but it did. His friend, John Buckley, created the shark, and I think he was a local journalist who died.
Right.
So that's why the story was in the news again, was in memory of somebody dying related to the shark in the roof. It turned a relatively unremarkable street into a beloved landmark. Oh. And resulted in one of the most notable triumphs of British eccentricity over petty bureaucracy. It's not petty. It's that you're just fighting the system. The system's got a valid concern. What if the shark falls on someone? They opposed the installation. They said it was dangerous, but engineers pronounced it structurally safe. Yeah. So that doesn't mean that the council was upset. It just means they were against it. Then some engineers got involved and said, yeah, it's fine. And then the council like, okay, that's all we wanted. It's all fine. The planning instructor, there's a whole story around it. The people argued for it for artistic purposes and all that kind of thing. Gray described Hine as a colourful character, who I believe was a sculptor, who inspired people. He said, "We once had a 12-year-old boy visit from America. He was miserable and unhappy when he arrived, so we took him to see the house. He left with a big smile on his face. There's a shark on that roof." Oh, yeah. Yay! That's all the kids needed those days. Shark in a roof. No
Simpler
Fortnite,
times.
no TV.
Yeah.
There's a shark
Nothing
in that roof.
interactive. Just make your own adventure.
Have you ever seen a shark in a roof?
Yeah.
No. Let's go, kids. Cool. Yeah, I think that'll be that's me for this week.
Cool. Susan's still doing her job?
Yeah, Susan's still going.
Yeah.
Susan's still good. Why the concern?
Just checking.
Yeah, I'm bad at checking.
What? It's not your job.
Well, I'm the
Susan's
only one who
job,
can
but
see.
she's bad at her job, so you need to double check.
Yeah, she's tuning in wirelessly
Yeah.
from Scarborough.
Is that where she lives?
Well, no, it's where I've sent her.
Fuck
Go
off
and
to Scarborough.
Think about what you've done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Susan's all good.
Cool. Okay, just one of these this week.
Okay.
Steve's collection of useless meanderings. Scum.
Here we are again.
Bit of scum.
Yeah. Doug Hegdahl, a prisoner of war during the Vietnam War, memorized the names and dates of capture, method of capture, and personal details of 256 fellow prisoners of war to the tune of Old MacDonald Had a Farm. You can still recite it
Good
to this
old
day.
Doug. I can name 200 plus people who were horrifically killed and tortured. Yay! Hey kid, do you want to see a shark in our house, or do you want to hear Old MacDonald? Old MacDonald had a horrific time. Old MacDonald lost all his friends.
Yeah. It's an odd use of your time.
Well, I can understand, because my immediate thought was like, oh, it sounds like a really genuinely good thing to do. Because when he got out, he was able to tell everybody about the people who were taken into prison.
With it out there.
Be like, we've rescued Doug. He's got some important stuff to say. Okay, go, Doug. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doug, this is not funny, bro. But really good information to tell. It's good that you did that. It's a good
Phil
guy.
and Jude were caught last week.
And die throughout the night. Bamboo shoots all up their fingers. Glad it wasn't me.
What are you doing, Doug?
Yeah, Doug, shut up.
These are my kids.
Yeah.
The city of Nottingham named a tram after locally born actress Vicky McClure. On her maiden trip on the tram, she was ejected for fare evasion. Having been offered a free ride, she did not have a ticket.
She's born in Nottingham. I quite like Vicky McClure.
I don't know who she is.
This is England.
Oh, she one of those. Which one?
Yeah. LOL.
Oh, okay. Fair
I'm
enough.
pretty sure that's Vicky McClure.
Yeah.
I think she was recently in that police show that's getting some attention. The Force. No, there's some police show that's getting a lot of attention recently, and I've tried to watch the first season, and the first episode is fucking difficult. But did you ever watch The Bodyguard?
Bad or just convoluted, long?
It's just not enough for me. But apparently it gets much, much better. Like I had some other people I watched it as well, and they said, yeah, it starts off rough, but it gets much better.
No, I've not watched The Bodyguard.
Is it The Bodyguard? Yeah, I think it is.
Whitney Houston.
Oh, it's just called Bodyguard. I think it was a BBC show, which had the which I think got a load of raving reviews, but I just couldn't. I couldn't get into. I watched the whole thing, and it was just like nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Despite lots of things happening, nothing. You're just like, this isn't engaging in any way. But it just wasn't for me. Yeah. The same about Game of Thrones. I hate.
Do you like it or not?
No, but I think what happened, what made it worse for me, is since the last season of Game of Thrones
No
came
spoilers,
out,
right?
Yeah, no spoilers.
Okay.
Since the last season of Game of Thrones came out, I found The Last Kingdom. And The Last Kingdom is fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's so fucking good. It does everything that Game of Thrones doesn't do for me, in terms of story, in terms of characters. Game of Thrones starts to feel just like it's a soap. And it's, you know, it's like watching Carnation Street, and it's just like, oh, I slept with this person, but they mustn't know. And it's like, this person's trying. Well, I think there was, in the most recent episode, there was a scene that was in a brothel for no reason.
Right.
And you're just like, you put this in a brothel.
Yeah.
Why? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's just, I've likened it to
frivolous.
Yeah, well, it's like Game of Thrones is like a D&D campaign.
Yeah.
And Last Kingdom is like a really good D&D campaign.
Right, okay.
It's a fantasy world, and the whole idea is fantasy, drama, betrayal. Ooh, this kid's a bastard. Okay. This dwarf is quite funny. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a kind of Lord of the Rings fantasy-esque thing going on, which is fine. I don't engage with it as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Last Kingdom, I'd like to have a discussion about someone who loves Game of Thrones and doesn't like The Last Kingdom. So I think that'd be a fascinating. It's just a different. The Last Kingdom is all about a story and a really good story going on, whereas Game of Thrones is a universe that's occurring.
Yeah.
Where it's got lots of different things going on, lots of stories going on, but I don't care about any of them. Like fucking the Maisie Williams character, the little girl. I couldn't give two fucks about any of it. Sansa Stark couldn't give two fucks.
I don't mind Sansa, but like pretty much everyone that I watch with has just been like, the faceless man. Don't care. Yeah. Like whatever the fuck all that
The only
is.
person I
understand
liked,
it's part of your arc to develop as a character to get where you are.
Yeah.
Maybe you needed to do that. You just didn't need to do it for so fucking long.
Yeah, well, it's just so slow paced, and I'm not engaged. I'm not invested in it. The only character I like in it is Bronn. I think it's Bronn. He's like mates with Peter Dinklage's character.
Yeah,
like he's like kind of the rogue kind of guy.
Yes,
he's kind of a geezer.
Robson Green. No, is it the other one? Jerome Flynn.
Is it? I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
but his character, he's awesome. Like that's a really cool. I like
the
that
Geordie
character.
bloke.
Yeah. I really like that character. He's really really connect with that character, and that character's story is interesting to me.
Yeah.
But like, royalty. She's a queen, but she's a bit. She slept with her brother. Don't tell anybody. Yeah. Okay.
She's a fucking psychopath. But that's different levels of investment in the show, I guess.
Yeah, it's just different character. I love the story more than anything. I think this is more an escapist universe to jump into.
Yeah.
And I think I love universes, but this one I couldn't quite get into.
I really like the world of Westeros. I think there's a lot that, like, I know there's a lot of people that are just like, oh, what's going to happen afterwards? And it's like, well, they've spent 7 years building a world. You don't think they're going to carry on using it in some respect? They're going to make other shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just little things that it's the same things I disconnect from and loads of stuff. In the newest series, the first episode, you can tell that they've just increased the budget.
Yes.
Like, have you seen the newest episode?
Wait.
I haven't finished it. It came out like 2 weeks ago.
But yes, I've seen the first one.
But there's like 10 minutes that is just a CGI boast. That you're just like, we get it, there's CGI. Yeah. We get it. There's more CGI. And it's just like a pod race from episode 1, Star Wars episode 1, where it's just like, you're like,
I know what you mean.
I get it. I understand what you're saying. I understand the point of this. It's 10 minutes long because you just want to show some cool footage. Yeah. Great. And there's people who want to see it and be like, oh, this is what a fantasy world, isn't it great? I just can't, my brain, I need more information than it's giving me. Yeah. And I just can't quite get into it.
Fair enough.
Game of Thrones that went from Carnation Street to a soap, some show. Was there a TV show?
Nottingham.
Woman
got kicked off a tram.
Yeah, Vicky McClure. But Vicky McClure's got some. Yeah, I like.
Which I think is great, just because it's like, we've named a tram after you. Come have a go.
Fuck off.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
To solve the problem of communicating to humans 10,000 years from now about nuclear waste sites, one solution proposed was to form an atomic priesthood to preserve information of locations and danger of nuclear waste using rituals and myths.
Okay.
Which I think is fucking brilliant.
That's a good move forward.
Yeah.
Let's start using myths.
Yeah. Now, it was last week you talked to no, you didn't. You there was a story of that time traveler guy.
Yeah.
And Like I found that article, but it didn't actually go. It didn't give his name, but it did say there were loads more. So I found another. He's called Derek. And
okay, sorry, it's been a while.
Yeah,
I can see it.
And I gave him like a nudge to go and check this shit out. And so he did, and he's reported back.
Okay.
Hello, this is Derek Lorian sending you a message from the year 4028. As you can hear, I am standing here in the church of the Church of the Unexposed. I'm being as quiet as I possibly can. I'm being as quiet as I possibly can in order not to disturb the local inhabitants of year 4028, in which, as you now know, worship the fallout of potential nuclear activity as a way to warn the future generations, much the same way, etc. Now, here's I'll get a bit closer.
And lo, 'twas sealed into the depths of the earth with cement.
They used quick, dry cement,
so that we, the unexposed, may live on in the aftermath.
like afterlife, but aftermath.
Repentant of our past transgressions against the children of Chernobyl.
Or Chernobyl, if you're one of them. I'm not judging, of course.
Whose many ears and missing skin did pluck and play at the conscience of the 12 hazmats. None more so than Hazmat Kevin. Who did say unto Gordon, for the love of fucking God, don't drink that.
Jesus fucking Christ, Gordon.
And so today, we gather to drink of the green water in honor of the sacrifice of the 12 hazmats, in particular Gordon.
Gordon, nice one, Gordon.
And while we irradiate, let us turn to hymn number 2504. Has anyone seen my forehead?
This is Derek signing off. I will catch you on the down slice. But see you.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's I don't actually know. I received the thing, but I haven't seen him since.
Yeah. No, yeah, so he might still be in
there.
the future.
Right. I imagine, like, it doesn't make sense how he got that back to me, actually. It was just on WhatsApp.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I guess.
Still
Maybe
got
in the
Wi-Fi.
future you can WhatsApp to the past.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you did say they could only travel forward, so I guess it makes sense that he's not come back.
Well, time's an infinite circle, flat circle, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this came back.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But, yeah, maybe he'll go further forward and we'll hear more. I don't know. Yeah.
that
But
that was Mr. D. Lorian.
Yeah. It's a weird coincidence.
I'm a car.
Yeah. But the idea of turning like the safety of humanity into a religion, it makes sense, and it's kind of how religions worked. Like it's as a way to instruct people and keep people in line and give them like a moral kind of ethical code. Whereas this would just be like, don't go over there for the whole religion.
Yeah, like Planet of the Apes in the Badlands.
Yeah.
They had like certain area, the forbidden zones.
Yeah.
And the Statue of Liberty was in the forbidden zone.
Yeah.
Just a weird kind of.
And it could just be developed
fear.
around something so simple. Well, it's simple, but it's a simple thing of just like, don't dig this shit up. And once it's perpetuated for thousands of years, as it has, obviously, it's developed like so many more kind of like myths and stories around it because there's always another person to tack more story onto the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting how things develop.
Yeah, well, it's a damning damnation of future civilization.
Yeah.
But it's good because there's still community, still people getting on saying the N-word and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, scum. Pineapples were so rare a sight in the 1700s, they were a symbol of wealth. The few that were cultivated in hothouses are worth around £5,000 each. They weren't eaten, but were rented out by the aristocracy as a table centerpiece at dinner parties.
I don't. Again,
Rent a pineapple.
I've got a pineapple. I'm doing quite well for myself.
Apples with pears.
I just do. Who cares? I can't. That's the part of me that goes. If you're wearing pajamas in a supermarket in order to be attention to yourself, it's no different than having a pineapple at the dinner table. Yeah. What are you trying to achieve? That small little worthless amount of public recognition.
Yeah, but it's only like jewelry, innit?
The same thing for me. It's just like, what are you trying to do? Unless it's meaningful, I get it if it's meaningful, if it's got some kind of meaning to it, and you're not doing it to draw attention to it. My mother was a pineapple. But it's that valid. It's conflicting ideas. Is what it is. You shouldn't care what other people think. That's my belief. And in all cases, you shouldn't give a fuck about what other people think.
Yes.
There are some people that you would like to have their approval, but if you don't have it, fuck it. Who cares? Move on. So if you're going to the supermarket in your pajamas to get attention, I've already decided, in my mind, I've already justified why that attention is worthless.
Yeah.
So why are you doing it? It's an unproductive use of your time. Let's go and do something else.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I've still got a car full of dog vomit, so it's not
potato pineapple.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus, I think I live a better life, but some people wouldn't want to live in a car full of dog vomit.
Yeah.
Whereas I think that's more natural.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I killed a bird at my car. What have you done?
A mole. That's the first thing I hit. It was a mole. And I remember it because it was nighttime.
Is that when your exhaust fell off?
Oh, no, this was after that.
You didn't even hit anything on that. Your car just died. Just decided to leave.
Yeah. No, that was great. Went back to get my own exhaust. It was brilliant. Yeah, no, it was a mole, and the last thing I remember is like it was in the dark, and I saw something in the distance moving, and before like I knew it because it was like a 60 limit, it was right in front of me, and it just turned to look at me, and then like fuck's sake. And it's weird, man. It's like there was just a slight moment of like connection with this mole, like oh fuck. It's like I'm so sorry. Like, and then there was just nothing you could do. And I'm pretty sure I'll, like, remember that forever. I remember the exact image of it.
It's part of my lifelong dream to be driving my car down the road with one half of the windows open and for a pigeon just to fly in while I'm driving. I'd like that to happen in my life. I think I'd get... Because that would be one of the best days of my life. Or a koala, was it a koalia or whatever the fuck, massive flightless
cassowara.
Boom! It's just fucking freaking. That would be the best moment of my life. Yeah. I think the only thing I've killed with my car is that bird.
Yeah.
Don't think I've killed anything else with a car before.
No.
I think a half dead bird went under my car, like hid under my parked car.
Yeah.
And I got a knock at the door from some of my very strange neighbours. This kid was like, mate, there's a bird under your car. Could you move it and I'll put it in this box? You're right, mate. And he still like refers to me as Birdman. I'm like, sees me in the newsagents. All right, Birdman. All right, kid.
You're the Birdman?
Yeah, you keep the bird.
I'm Carman.
Yeah, I just moved my car in my dressing gown. Call me dressing gown man. Self-respect man. I don't know. Line of Duty. That's the police show with Vicky McClure in it.
And finally, a Saudi man who was then the heaviest person alive, and the second. And
he's not the heaviest person dead.
No,
he's the heaviest person who is surprisingly still alive.
Yeah. Heaviest person alive. And
if you died in an avalanche, are you therefore heavier if you've got a mountain on top of you? They mean body mass, right?
Yeah, but you're not connected molecularly to the mountain.
Depends on how much avalanche you I guess you might become a chimera with an avalanche. Who was heaviest man alive? Not even fattest man alive. No, you're just heaviest. You've just got the saddest eyes in the world. They weigh your whole world down.
The heaviest person, the second heaviest person ever recorded, as well as the heaviest man alive, at 1,340 pounds, 610 kilos in 2013, was ordered to lose weight by the king. He then lost 1,195 pounds, and in 2017 weighed just 150 pounds, or 68 kilos. Good going. Ordered by the king to lose weight.
The king of where? I didn't get
Saudi,
what it was.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabian king. They've got kings? I guess they do.
Yeah, well, they got all the Saudi princes.
Sultan.
I assume there's a king to the princes.
There must be an old prince who is technically king.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, royal families are strange, but we'll put it this way. Maybe they've got a lot of respect for their king. Because if any of my heroes told me to do anything, my brain would be way more motivated to do it.
Yeah.
If Corey Taylor came in and said, you need to learn the clarinet, I'd be like, all right, let's do it. But I guess it would be effective. Plus, there's the threat of death.
Yeah.
Do it. Or, what if I disobey the king? Don't disobey the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
But that was Scum and Derek.
Scum and Derek Lorien. All right. Yeah, cool. Fun week. Yeah, energy levels back up. I'm going to try and drain them a little bit by next week because I feel like I crashed and then came back up.
Yeah.
You've got to crash again. So we'll see what happens, but I'm going to try and medically induce energy into my life when I need to.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so cool. And we're still recording, which is good.
Yeah.
I think.
Susan,
and I'll remember my headphones next week.
Good stuff.
I've also been slower on the uptake on social media and stuff, but we're still on there. We're still doing stuff. I'm at Nick Snip.
I'm at Sing It Steve.
We're at Pulling Teeth Pod. We're wisdom at pullingteethpodcast.com. We've got the Facebook page. And I think we should try and start doing Instagram.
Cool.
So I've said that for 4 weeks.
I'll do that this week then.
All right. Cool. Right, sweet. Yeah. So that was episode
134, I believe.
Cool. Something like that.
Myself and Nick and Derek eventually.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. See you next week.
See you next week.